Welcome to our free exercise on balancing your emotions through cancer. We've provided you with a worksheet to accompany this exercise that you can download or better yet print it out if you have access to a printer. If not, just grab a pen and paper because writing your ideas down as we go along will make this exercise much more effective. There are over 18 million people in the world diagnosed with cancer each year who are all experiencing similar emotions since their diagnosis. Everyone has a unique cancer story, but the stages of emotions are universal. Your emotions may also be heightened if you're taking certain medications like steroids or hormones, for example. And certain things or events can also trigger you to have heightened emotions, like an upcoming follow-up appointment with your oncologist or a follow-up diagnostic scan. The problem is that when we're feeling anxious, we tend to worry. And when we worry, we put our body, mind, and nervous system into a state of stress. If you've been following us for a while, you've probably heard me say this before, but when we're stressed, our bodies produce excess amounts of the stress hormone called cortisol. If you have high cortisol levels over a long period of time, it can lead to several different health problems, both physical and emotional. But anyways, who wants to be stressed all the time? You deserve to be happy and enjoy your life. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sarah from Remission Support. We're a multidisciplinary team of healthcare professionals who support and educate people with cancer on everything from cancer nutrition to how to cope with a difficult cancer diagnosis. You can find me on Instagram at Cancer Specialist, but also be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel below for cancer fighting recipes, support, and helpful tips on navigating life with cancer. So if you already have your pen and paper, let's get started with the exercise. The first part is called accepting opposites. Every cancer survivor has a unique experience and perspective on how cancer affects them. The way you feel about cancer and how it's affected your life will change throughout your cancer journey. It can even change day to day. Having cancer can also change your perspective on life, your relationships, or certain aspects of yourself. It can also bring on negative thoughts that evoke strong emotions within you. And this exercise will be teaching you how to validate any negative thoughts or emotions you may be feeling, while accepting that the opposite can be true at the same time. This will help you to have a more balanced perspective and resist the urge to act on your emotions. Here are some examples. I'm a very independent person, and I will accept the help and support from others when I need it. I'm a very private person who doesn't like to share my emotions with others, and I will join a support group that will respect my privacy. I'm a strong person who is tough enough to beat cancer, and I will allow myself to cry and feel overwhelmed as I go through this. I accept myself just the way I am, and I still want to change the way I cope, communicate, think, or respond. Now I want you to complete the following sentences by coming up with an opposite perspective. You'll want to pause the video periodically as we go along to write things down. I love myself, and I would like to change blank about myself. I have support from family and friends, and I need blank right now. I have been doing everything I can to beat cancer, and I feel blank. So anytime you're having negative thoughts or feelings, try writing them down along with the opposite of how you're feeling in the same sentence. Doing this will help to diffuse the intensity of the negative emotions you're having and help you to have more balanced thoughts. Now let's move on to part 2 called validating your feelings. You may feel as though your life has turned upside down since your cancer diagnosis. But on the days when you get caught up in a thunderstorm, you can still experience moments when the sun comes out from behind the clouds. When something unfavorable happens, you don't have to let the whole day be negative. You can choose to focus on the positive moments. Try to think of a negative event from the past where it felt nearly impossible for you to focus on anything positive, and write it down. Now write down 1 or 2 things that you may have discounted because you were so caught up in the negativity of that moment. Family members can also have their own emotional experiences in response to your diagnosis. They may try to get overly involved, be controlling out of fear, or sometimes back away because they don't know how to respond. They may have valid reasons for wanting you to do something or try something, and you're allowed to refuse their support respectfully. The way they offer their support or emotions may backfire and can be upsetting for you. You're allowed to be frustrated or angry with them and still love and respect them. You can have a disagreement or a heated argument with a well-meaning friend or loved one, and you can still continue to see them. You can understand why they may have said or acted the way they did, and still disagree with their behavior and ask them to stop. Since your cancer diagnosis, have you felt angry or frustrated towards someone close to you, but you may have discounted their feelings or intentions? Give it some thought, and if so, write it down. Now thinking back, in hindsight, are you able to see things from their perspective? Your feelings and views are still valid, so write down a statement that will validate the way you were feeling and respect how they were feeling. Again, pause the video if you need to. Acknowledging both perspectives will help to support your relationship with that person. It will help you to gain insight into how you interact with them. We're now going to move on to part 3 of the exercise, called Moving Forward. Remember that your thoughts don't have to be all or nothing. Learning to balance them out with opposite statements will help you to be less reactive to your emotions. This will help you to take care of yourself throughout your cancer journey. You can dislike your cancer diagnosis or your treatments and still go through with the motions. You can feel defeated while recovering from treatment and know that it's only temporary. You can be anxious while waiting for scan results and focus on enjoying the present moment. You're allowed to be independent in this process and still ask for help. You're allowed to be as open as you like and still keep your privacy. Now I want you to complete the following sentences. I feel as though cancer has turned my life upside down, and cancer has affected my relationship with maybe a loved one or a friend, and I don't feel like continuing on with my cancer treatments, and finally, nobody really understands what I'm going through, and remember to use these practices when your negative thoughts feel overwhelming. These balanced thought patterns will create more neutrality in your brain, and therefore your negative feelings will have less intensity. When you were diagnosed with cancer, chances are your oncologist didn't take the time to discuss with you how to cope with the stress, anxiety, and fears that come along with a cancer diagnosis. You don't learn how to cope with a diagnosis like this in school. It's not discussed in social settings, and it's not even taught by most oncologists or healthcare professionals. But taking care of your mental health is equally as important as your physical health at this time. It's been scientifically proven that seeking professional help after a cancer diagnosis can help to improve the outcome of your treatments and even increase your chances of fighting cancer. Despite having the most supportive family and friends, you may find it easier to discuss some aspects of cancer, both emotional and physical, with someone who truly understands what you're going through. Support groups are helpful, but they're not for everyone. It's great to be able to share your experiences and hear those of others, but they won't provide you with the personalized support and advice that you deserve. Being able to communicate your anxieties and get answers to the questions you didn't think to ask your oncologist will make your cancer journey a whole lot less stressful and fearful. Whether you're looking to change your diet, improve your energy levels, heal from treatment, or learn powerful coping techniques, our programs are all tailored to your individual needs. Our team of healthcare professionals understand what you're going through because they've either been in your shoes or have helped cancer patients and their families for over 10 years. As medical professionals, we've seen countless patients become debilitated by fear and anxiety brought on by cancer. It happens to the best of us, and it's not something to be ashamed of. It's completely normal to fear that your cancer will return, that your treatments won't work, and that you'll leave your loved ones behind. Even though you may not realize it, having fearful or anxious thoughts regularly can be affecting your ability to be present with your loved ones and enjoy your life. That's why we developed our customized one-on-one support programs. You may not have the power to change your situation, but you can change your relationship with what is causing you suffering. We will teach you how to change your relationship with cancer. You don't have to do this alone. Our goal is to help you navigate cancer with more strength, resilience, and self-compassion. Our programs will help you to challenge irrational thoughts, reframe negative beliefs, and create a more positive mindset. It's more than just managing anxiety. It's about empowering you to take charge of your overall well-being. Your diet affects the quality of your sleep, which then affects your mood, and the food choices you make, which affects your hormones and energy levels. They are all closely connected and dependent on one another. Through a combination of one-on-one support calls, extensive personalized recommendations, unlimited email support, and weekly assignments, it will help you develop a holistic approach to your health and incorporate self-care practices, stress management techniques, and powerful coping strategies to enhance your overall resilience. From all of us at Remission Support, we wish you strength, we wish you peace, and we wish you love. Bye for now.